the 15th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Indiana Pacers select Kawhi Leonard from San Diego State University.
You ever feel like one of your favorite NBA players just gave up on your team or just quit playing because he don't want to play there anymore? Yeah, that's how I felt about Kawhi Leonard. Back in 2011-2012, Kawhi's rookie season, the Spurs ended up trading George Hill, one of Greg Popovich's favorite players, for Kawhi Leonard and Davis Bertans. In that season, it was a lockout season, and Kawhi Leonard played in 64 games. He shot 49% from the field, 37% from 3, 77% from the free throw line. He averaged 5 rebounds, 1.3 steals, and 7.9 points per game. The Spurs go 50-16 and lose to the OKC in the Western Conference Finals. In 2012-2013 season, Kawhi Leonard plays in 58 games out of 82. He shot 49% from the field, 37% from 3, 82% from the free throw line. He averaged 6 rebounds, 1.7 steals, and 12 points. That year, Kawhi was dealing with injuries that had sidelined him for 5 weeks, with a left quad injury, and he also ended up missing 10 to 14 days with tendonitis in his left knee. But the Spurs still made it work with the depth of having Danny Green and even third-year pro James Anderson, along with Boris Diaw and Captain Jack, even though he was cut before the playoffs. The Spurs go on to the NBA Finals and lose to the Heat after going 58-24. But even after losing in the finals, the Spurs found an emerging star on this play right here. In the 2013-2014 season, the Spurs are out for revenge and end up conquering the NBA season as they go 62-20 and make it all the way back to the NBA Finals. And they end up winning their 5th NBA championship that year. Kawhi ends up Finals MVP, and yet during the season he has yet to play in a full 82 games. During the regular season, Kawhi Leonard played in 66 games. He averaged 12.8 points, 6.2 rebounds, 1.7 steals, shot 52% from the field, 38% from 3, and 80% from the free throw line. During the 2014-2015 season, you would think that the Spurs will be right back in the NBA Finals. And yet, everyone thought so too until this happened. Yes, Chris Paul hit the game-winning shot over Tim Duncan and Danny Green. That year, the Spurs go 55-27, but end up losing to the Clippers in the first round. Kawhi gets hurt, and as he misses 15 games with a wrist injury, but still had a very good season. During the 2014-2015 season, Kawhi played in 64 games. He played 31 minutes per game, shot 48% from the field, 35% from 3, 80% from the free throw line, and he averaged 7.2 rebounds, 2.3 steals, and 16.5 points per game. During that season, he also got more shots than he did from the past couple of seasons. He went from getting 9 shots a game to getting 13 shots a game. So what was the problem with Kawhi? Why did Kawhi eventually want to leave San Antonio as he was becoming the emerging star that the Spurs needed? During the 2015-2016 season, the Spurs have yet their best season ever after going 67-15. They end up signing LaMarcus Aldridge, and after signing LaMarcus Aldridge, the Spurs look like they're about to head back to the NBA Finals. They end up losing though in the conference semifinals 4-2 to the OKC Thunder. And after losing to the OKC Thunder, we also lost a legend that year as Tim Duncan announces he is retiring. Kawhi plays in 72 games that year, and most he ever has played in, and doesn't disappoint. In the 2015-2016 season, he did play with 33 minutes per game, shot 50% from the field, 44% from 3, 87% from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 1.8 steals, and 21.2 points per game. By far, Kawhi's most efficient and best season he's ever had as a San Antonio Spur. During the 2016 and 2017 season, the Spurs go 61-21, and this is when they have passed the torch on to Kawhi. This is when the big three, Tim Duncan retires, Tony Parker and Monta Ginobili, are getting old. Kawhi played in 74 games, posting all career highs in rebounds, points, and assists. During the 2016-2017 season, Kawhi averaged 25 points per game in 33 minutes of playing, 48% from the field, 38% from 3, 88% from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, and 1.8 steals. The Spurs look to be heading back to the finals as they are up 23 points against the 1-seeded Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, and then this happens. Yes, y'all all know what happens as Zlatan Ibrahimovic sticks his foot out and just ends the San Antonio Spurs season. Everyone says it was an accident. Most Warriors fans say it wasn't on purpose, but Spurs fans will say he intentionally did it, but you don't know what really happened. Of course, you're going to be heated at the moment, but what can you do, man? During the 2017-2018 season, a lot of controversy and saga was starting to happen surrounding Kawhi Leonard's injury. On September 30th, 2017, the Spurs announced Kawhi Leonard will miss the preseason. On October 13th, 2017, Coach Pop says Kawhi Leonard will miss the opener and there is no timetable on his return. On December 11th, 2017, Kawhi Leonard returns versus the Mavs on a minute restriction as they do lose to the Mavs that year. In January, he plays back-to-back games for the first time that year, but it comes to an end on January 17th. On January 17th, the Spurs announced Leonard will be out indefinitely. Kawhi missed the rest of the season as he appeared in only 9 games and averaged 23 minutes a game, 47% from the field, 31% from 3, 81.6% from the free throw line, 2 steals, 16.2 points per game. And then this is when the rumor started. Kawhi wants out of San Antonio because the doctors rushed him back on March. And we don't know if that's true or not. We don't know what happened to Kawhi. We really don't know if the doctor said it was clear or he just said it himself. But we just have to go with what you were hearing. We have to go with what the rumors are and the media is saying. But that year, the Spurs do go 47-35, losing the first round to the Warriors in 5 games. And then the rumors are that Kawhi didn't show up to help his team. He was just playing Fortnite, playing video games when the Spurs were in the first round against the Warriors. He just didn't show up to support them. He didn't sit on the bench or anything. And on March 7th, Kawhi tells the media he wants to finish his career as a San Antonio Spur. I know a lot of Spurs fans remember that, as I do. And then come June, his uncle was saying he wants out of San Antonio, and eventually Kawhi got what he wanted. When Kawhi got what he wanted, when he was shipped to Toronto for DeMar, Jakob, and a first that eventually turned into Keldon Johnson. In the 2018-2019 season, this was just when everything from the Spurs went from good to bad. Starting of the 2018-2019 season, in the preseason game against the Rockets, DeJounte Murray ends up tearing his ACL. And the start of the last season with the squad, DeMar in LA, they take the Spurs 48-34, but they lose in 7 games to the Denver Nuggets, and Kawhi goes on to win a championship in Toronto. I want to know y'all's opinion. Why do y'all think Kawhi really wanted out? What do y'all think started this whole saga? Do y'all think his uncle pushed him out, or did y'all think Kawhi really wanted to leave San Antonio? Let me know down in the comment section what y'all think. I honestly think Kawhi was just tired of San Antonio because we could never really get any stars to help him. We did get Aldridge, but Aldridge isn't like a superstar. He's a star, but he's not like a Paul George or an Anthony Davis type player. But that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Leave a like if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new. And I'm out. Peace.